Hello ladies and gentlemen, Commander Kronos here, and today I just wanted to show you guys a quick tutorial of how you can control all factions yourself in Multiblade by using HOTSEAT. I don't know if you guys have seen that before, but in Multiblade with the HOTSEAT that allows you to control all factions yourself on the same computer. If you want to control just a few factions, you can as well, you don't have to control all of them. But if you want to control all of them, you can do it as well. So it's quite easy to do it. You have to go in multiplayer and HOTSEAT. And of course, there are some mods that are not going to have that option. You won't have HOTSEAT available in those mods because they are not compatible with HOTSEAT. So the mods that are compatible and you have an option like that, you go in HOTSEAT. Usually it's going straight to this screen right here, because it's usually only the grand campaign that you can play in HOTSEAT. But some mods will allow you to choose a different campaign to play in HOTSEAT as well, not just the grand campaign. In this one here, it just has the grand campaign, but it allows you to choose if it had another one as well. But it's usually just going, once you click in HOTSEAT, you are going straight into a screen like this one right here. And then it's very straightforward. All you have to do now is select the factions you want to control. So let's say you want to control everybody here. All you have to do is select everyone in here, and each one of these factions are going to become a player. Select them all like that. I'm going to stop here with the Holy Roman Empire and not select those three, because that's also another thing. When you are selecting factions in the screen in HOTSEAT like that, it's possible that in some mods, after you select a certain amount of factions, the game is going to crash. And in this one, this happened as well. So if I select the Byzantines here, for example, it's going to crash. So all you have to do is select the amount you can on this screen, and the remaining factions we are going to change control from AI to human inside the campaign itself after we start the game. I'm going to show you how that's done. And here it's straightforward. Here's the stuff you guys know already. If you want a long campaign or a short campaign, if you want a device, you choose the difficulty here. It's very straightforward. Here is for you to manage all cities. Even if they don't have a governor in them, here is to see what the AI is doing, moving when they go the turn. But if you control factions yourself, there is not going to be AI movement, aside from the rebels perhaps or whatever. But it's usually, I leave that off, because when I control myself, there's no need for that. The disable console, I leave that off because I need the console to put those guys in human control as well. And if I want to cheat at some point, sometimes, because I'm controlling all factions myself, so why not? Sometimes you need to add money or to spin things up, or you mess it up and click it wrong in a building that was about to be finished, and then you have to start it all over again. And then I leave it on, because sometimes I do some cheating when you're controlling all factions yourself. But basically that, you select the ones you want. If you want all of them, you select all of them. But at some point you have to stop, like in here, because the game cannot handle for you to select too many factions in this. So the ones you cannot, you leave like that. And if the game crashes, like let's say you click here and the game crashed, all you gotta do is start again and do the same process. And you stop selecting before the faction that crashed. So once you were selecting, it crashed in here. After you select everyone else, but from here it crashes, you don't select those guys, and then you are going to control them once the campaign starts, which I'm going to show you next. Here no battle time limits, and I recommend you to turn that off, because if you have this, all the battles are going to be auto-resolved, so you are not going to be able to see the battles, the actual battles, and that's really boring. I really like to see the battles, even if like you are controlling one side at some point and then the other is AI, or if you let the AI control both sides, which I like to do, by the way. When the time for battle comes, I leave this off. Passwords as well, you don't need that, because since you are controlling all factions yourself, there is no need for passwords, because the other factions aren't other players. Everyone is you, so you don't need passwords. And the last stuff here, I'm not sure what it is. It's empty like that, and I'm not really sure what it is. I just leave it there, turn it off as well, and then that's it. And then we start. Let me remove the cutscene here. And so far so good. It's very straightforward, you guys. At first it may seem a little bit hard, but it's very easy, you know. And here we go. We start the turn as you would now with a single player campaign controlling just one faction. It's the same thing. And you have the faction right here. And then you can see if I change here to human factions, you see everybody's human. So once I finish the turn, I click here to end the turn with Wales. I'm going to play with Ireland, and then with Republic of Novgorod, and so on and so on. And as you can see, the only AI factions for now are those 3 that I haven't selected over there. And to make them become players as well, all you have to do is type, and I open the console and type control and the name of the faction. So the Byzantines were a faction that were controlled by AI, so I have to change that to human. Then I type control. You have to type the correct name of the faction, so the game changes. As you can see, the Byzantines now are human. Now I'm going to do the same thing for the Papal States. There was another one that was under AI control as well. Now it's under human control as well. And last but not least, I can do the same for the Aztecs. And here we go. Now, as you can see, no faction is AI controlled by the AI anymore. Unless, of course, the rebels they are. But the amazing thing is, even the rebels you can control yourself. You can change here and put here. And also now the rebels are under your control. So you control everyone. As you can see here, the rebels are human as well. So every single faction is human controlled. Each one of them. And you would play the turn with the faction as you would with a single faction. You recruit what you want, you build what you want, you know, you do the movement that you want, and then once you select end turn, you go to the next faction, and so on. And then you go through you are going to go through every single faction in here until you get all the way to the rebels. And once you play with the rebels as well and end the turn, it's going to end the turn, and then a new turn is going to start, and putting you all the way back with Wales again. And then you do the whole thing. You know, that allows you to control everyone if you want. And if you want to like myself, and I personally love to do that, and to control factions myself. So you decide what each faction is going to do, what they're going to recruit, who they're going to attack. But of course, if you don't want to control everybody, you can also control just a few of these factions if you want, and or just 2 of them. It's up to you how many you control. And also, if you start controlling everyone like that, and at some point you don't want to control a faction anymore, you can just type the name of the faction here. So let's say that I don't want to control France anymore, and you type the name of the faction here, and then there it goes. France goes back to AI control. So once the turns after you play with Egypt here, instead of playing with the France when you are controlling it, you are going to the AI will play France, and then you are back in control when England turn starts, and then the AI will be playing controlling France, and then it goes. You know, it will be the same thing as you already know. The AI controlling that faction, and then if you want, after some point, a few turns, for example, you want to control that faction again, all you have to do is that, and then here we go. Once the turn with Egypt finishes, you are going to control France again and play with France, and so on. And you can do that for every faction. Anytime you want to not control them anymore, you can. And if you want to switch back in control, you can as well. It's up to you. What you're going to do with that. But I just want to show you guys that's how you can control all factions in the game. And I think that's a really amazing thing that Medieval 2 allowed us to do. I really wish we could do that in other Total Wars, you know. Be able to control all factions like that and decide what each one was going to build, what you were going to recruit, where you was going to attack. But I love that feature a lot. It's what makes Medieval 2 my favorite game, by the way. It's precisely the fact that it allows you to control everyone like that. But that's what I wanted to show you today, guys. I really hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I thank you very much for spending time here and watching my videos. And I really wish you to subscribe, leave a like. That helps immensely, you know. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, that helps immensely the channel. You know, I see you guys soon. Have a great day.